Hello everybody, welcome back to Wow Wow Wubsy Lost Episode, Hyper-Realistic Blood. This is Beefy Pasta, and today I have a bit of a cold, so that's gonna make it even more interesting. Today we are reading Sanic.exe / Round 2 by JC, I got nothing. I was gonna say something rude, but I got nothing. Alright, I'm gonna read this right away because you obviously don't want to hear my shit. Notes. : This is an official sequel to Sonic.exe. I'm already laughing. This is the story I've been trying to read for forever, but it's so long that I wouldn't even bother reading it, and I've even made like 2 videos before, but I didn't upload them because I couldn't get to the end, and I'm like, oh, screw this shit. But guess what? Today I'm going to get my job done, and I'm going to finish my unfinished business, as that's pretty relatable to the ghosts watching this video, my only viewers. It's been more than a year now, ever since the Sonic.exe murders began to happen, and the police department still doesn't know who's doing it or why it's happening. Maybe Sonic's killing all of them. Maybe Sonic is killing all those people. The first murders looked as though the killer did a sloppy job at it, but over time the killings -- or at least some of the guys back at the station thinks it's just killings. And thinks is in caps, so yeah. -- have gotten more elaborate. The bodies have been starting to look like the victims just dropped dead, or there were disappearances. One thing is certain: all the victims seem to have a burned / destroyed computer with some with some data from a game called Sanic.exe. I'll just, like last video, I'm going to replace all the things involved. I'm going to replace Sonic with Sanic, just like last video, so enjoy that. None of us have found any connections or clues that could help us learn why all of this is happening. ... No space. Well, no, that's not true. There was one cop who may have uncovered more about the murders than we did. New paragraph. The guy's name was Derek Green, a really good detective, mainly because he was always teamed up with his sister, Chelsea. They were assigned to investigate the Sanic.exe murders. I can imagine like JC was thinking, "Oh, let's make this like a super edgy crime drama." Right now, I'm just laughing at it. I should know because I was their boss at the time. New paragraph. They're both dead. New paragraph. Oh, this is like Jane the Killer again with like 3-word paragraphs. Jesus Christ. Sometimes I wonder if I should have helped him. ... No space. I dunno. 1 word. DUNNO. That's how you can tell it's JC the Hyena writing this. ... No space. Anyways, the boys have found Derek's diary when we investigated his apartment. He hasn't been in his home for weeks. Yeah? It's probably because he's dead. The diary recorded all of what Derek found in his investigation. My God, lowercase. Did he write down a lot? Especially after the chief of police took him off the case. And a lot. Finally, JC the Hyena freaking finally figured out that a lot is 2 words. Huh. God is real. I'm happy. I'm so happy. And a lot of what he wrote down seems to connect a lot about what what's going on with these murders. At least, no space, at least I hope he was onto something, Here is what Derek wrote, 7:30 p.m. September 15th, 2011. Happy birthday to me. I got this diary as a gift from my sister, Chelsea. This will certainly come in handy when we both do another investigation. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Name's Derek Green. Why do you need to tell your diary your name? This is unnecessary. I'm a detective, no space. Wow, I'm not really good. He's spelled really with R-L-Y. Hopefully I'll get better as I write this. Anyways, I'll let you know if anything else happens. So he's done with a lot now. He's going on to this really shit. He's going on with that shit. It's gonna be much worse than a lot. It's going to be much worse. 11:22 a.m. October 24th, 2011. Wow, pretty interesting way to start off a case on Halloween. It's not the 31st yet. Our boss told us there's a stiff in one of the local suburbs and he wants us to check it out. Wow. Been a while since me and Chelsea tackled a murder case. This might be interesting. We're in the truck right now and we're heading for the house. 2:30 p.m. No date. I don't even care. 2:30 p.m. Jesus. Whatever. No space. Whatever happened in this house, I was not expecting. The victim looks like something ripped his mouth open and tried to yank something out from inside. I've seen a lot of... Oh my god. JC the Hyena, I think I mentioned this before, he talks like a Sonic character. Just the way he writes reminds me of the dialogue of a Sonic character. And it's like how he's saying a lotta and dunno. It reminds me of like early 2000s slang. And guess what that's used in a lot? Sonic games. I've seen a lot of messed up ways to kill a person, but this is rather strange. I don't really think any normal person would do this. The cop present at the crime scene told us that the kid was like this for 2 days and his parents just discovered his body, even though it's been 2 days, and called us in this morning. What's really weird about this is that there's a badly made cut on his chest that's shaped like the number 1. So it's literally, it could just be a line. Chelsea told me she found a possible clue to the murder. She showed us that the victim owned a computer. Sorry, I have a cold. The computer is badly burnt and wrecked. Both me and Chelsea have a theory to this. It's both Chelsea and I. Either the killer destroyed the computer, or the victim did it himself. Either way, we sent it to the station for research. 6:10 p.m. Alright, the guys from the lab have their report. They told us the computer is wrecked from inside and out. And what I mean by that is that everything that was on this kid's computer is completely deleted. While at the same time, the computer got destroyed. The only thing that seems to still be in the computer is some data from a computer game called Sonic.exe. 4:30 p.m. November 11th, 2011. A couple more murders these last few weeks. All the same killing method. Dead bodies, torn open mouths, destroyed computers. The more recent killer, the more recent killings are looking less messy, as if the killer is being more careful with airing out whatever it is he's trying to tear out. Whatever it is he's tearing out from inside these victims' bodies. There are also cuts on these victims' chests that seem to be in numerical order. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yes, I know how numbers work. The killer seems to be keeping count of all the people he's killing. 8:30 p.m. Had dinner. Both me and Chelsea are brainstorming with what's been going on. ... It's really strange. You're not brainstorming, you're writing a diary. It's really strange, the fact that the computers are getting destroyed every time there's a murder victim, and we find that there's some old data from that same game. Sonic.exe ... no space. That name reminds me of all the times me and Chelsea played some of our old Sonic the Hedgehog video games. Piss off. That's just, oh, fuck. I remember when we used to play Sonic Heroes. She always liked playing as Rouge the Bat. Oh, I thought that was your role. You know, JC? Yeah? Rouge the Bat? You fucking furry. Alright. And I always liked playing as Vector. But ... no space. It's weird ... no space. What does a Sonic game, a possibly fan-made one, at that, got to do with all these killings? 2:45 p.m. I don't give a shit. Another murder. Big surprise there. What I like about this sentence was that he was making a joke about his own repetition. Like, I can imagine if he did this in the first Sonic EXE story, he could have went like, more hyper-realistic blood. Shock horror. Now both me and Chelsea agree that all these murders are connected with that game. Maybe the killer made it his calling card. The chief told us not to worry so much about a simple video game and just stick with what's going on with the murders. No, I'm the chief. I'm avoiding potential evidence and proof of who the killer is. Who knows? The killer could be JC the hyena. Alright. 6:30 p.m. Alright. Autopsy came in again. What? Did I skip something? Autopsy came in again. The doctors told us that aside from the wounds from the chest and mouth, the victims don't seem to show any signs of murder or struggle. In fact, as baffling as it seems, all the victims appear to be in perfect health apart from the fact that they're dead. Oh my god. I air-checked the word dead. You don't go, like, Googling air-checking. Air-checking sounds really dirty. It's just, it sounds a bit like bum. I always steal jokes. Because that's where the report came out really disturbing. The doctors stated that they're all what it appears to be in a persistent vegetative state. Meaning that the people are in fact still alive, their brains and hearts are still working, but they're all in an empty, dead-like state, as if something robbed them of their minds or sense of self. You know what? I think you just described yourself, JC, because you're literally talking about brainless human being. You know? Could have been that brainless human being who wrote Sonic.exe. Yeah. Chelsea stated it was probably one of the freakiest things she's seen in her days as my partner. And I don't blame her. Who would be capable of actually stealing people's senses of self? It's like the devil is handpicking innocent people and robbing them of their souls for eternal damnation. Jesus Christ, this is a detective's report. Oh my, this is like the ramblings of a child and like Bible quotes, but they're both on crack. And they both just had sex with their teacher, so they're gonna have to go to the bathroom and pull their 8th grade friends out of class and talk about it. Oh yeah, I grabbed Miss Monroe's boobies. What am I even talking about? 5:42 p.m. December 14th, 2011. Chelsea has been acting very strange lately. She seems quieter at work, and whenever we go home, she just goes back into her room. Maybe she's discovered masturbation. Hold on. I'm guessing she's just as determined to learning more about this case as I am. This says Jane the Killer. Determined to learning more about this case as I am. If she's onto something, I hope she lets me know first before we make it official. After all, we are a team. When are things gonna get scary? Because this has literally just been diary entries for like 15 minutes. And I want to quit again, but I promised myself and the ghosts that are watching this that I won't quit. Alright, I'm gonna spare myself from suffering for like 2 minutes, or maybe the rest of the video, who knows. Hope you enjoy. Yeah, I decided to copy and paste some of the text into a text-to-speech translator. It's called naturalreaders.com. I love the website so much. It's just it's so funny. Alright.
2:00 p.m. December 19th, 2011. Chelsea didn't go to work with me. Said she wasn't feeling well. I'm starting to get a little worried for her. Ever since we took this case, she's been acting rather odd. I don't know, maybe I'm overreacting. Boss told me to not worry about it and maybe just look into what she was researching on. I might do that. Also, several news about people worshipping this guy recently. Calls himself X, I swear, the things kids will be into nowadays. 9:30 p.m. December 24th, 2011.
Okay, I didn't even notice this, but JC spelled worshipping wrong. Worshipping this guy recently calls himself X. XXX Tentacion.
Also, several news about people. 9:30 p.m. December 24th, 2011. Almost time for Christmas, though I don't know if I should celebrate. Chelsea's been shut up in her room almost every day. Not responding to my hope she's alright anyways. I've been looking into Chelsea's work, and I think she might have found something. Apparently the killer must be going after anyone who plays the Sonic.exe game. And once they've played the game, the killer tracks them down, kills them and keeps count by carving the numbers onto their chest. But what about the fact that almost every victim looks as though they had their soul sucked right out of them? Well, whatever. Wait a minute, I just remembered something. A few days ago, Chelsea came home from the store and went back into her room. Said she found a new game. Oh my god, Chelsea. 12:32 m. The writing is a bit sloppy, and there are tears splotched here and there. Chelsea is dead. She found the game. Oh my god, why? 4:50 m. December 25th, 2011. I called the guys back at the station to help me move Chelsea. Oh God, why? Why her? Did the killer find out and try to cover his tracks?
The killer found
No,
out.
it doesn't look like anything was taken or destroyed well except for the computer and the game is still. Hooray wanted to keep it to find out why this had happened, but the chief demanded I hand it over to him. The way he asked for it is really odd. It's as if he doesn't want me to do anything to this game disc. The funeral for my sister will be prepared in a few days. He can't believe that Chelsea, my own sister, is gonna end. I find out who killed her. I'm gonna make sure he pays dearly. 4:50 p.m. December 28th, 2011. Came back from the funeral. God, am I a mess. Thankfully, boss was there for me. Hus the only person who's ever supported me, and Chelsea, I'm glad, is on my side about this case. A woman came to me in the funeral party. Her name is Shannon Goldman, and she was supposedly a representative for the cult of X, as she called it. She told me she was sorry for my loss and pulled out some weird religious crap about X wishing me a happier year. Seriously? Who is this X guy anyway? She told me that soon X will make things better for the whole world, which pretty much ended the conversation right there. That woman is crazy. Anyways, more news about the cult of X doing more crazy stuff. Wow, whoever this X guy is making as much an impact on the public as the killer is. 2:20 p.m. January 2nd, 2012. Another murder. Jesus, this guy never has a break with this, does he? This is like the 22nd killing. What is he trying to gain from killing all the people? And how the hell is he getting away with it so goddamn easily?
Alright, what I like about that is the funny way it was read. Like, it sounded like in that set is like Jesus was the guy killing all these people. Or he was one of the murderers, either way.
Another, I gotta know what it is Chelsea was finding. She was onto something, I just know it. Maybe if I look around in her room I might find a clue. 5:30 p.m. Well, whatever Chelsea found, she left a lot of good clues for me. The computer isn't entirely broken. In fact, it seems like it only got beat up a few times, but still surprisingly working like new. I'm actually surprised I didn't see it like this that night. But then again, if you lost someone you love, you too would lose sight of very important details surrounding you. Anyways, I checked the computer and there's an icon for the Sonic.exe game on her desktop. My God, how the hell did Chelsea even get this? I guess it doesn't really matter. What's really important is what I found in her notes. Apparently Chelsea was terrified of this game. Something from the game scared the crap out of her. In fact, according to what she wrote down, she made it seem like the game is cursed or something. But that can't be the case. There's no way a computer game would harm anyone, right? 712 on January 3rd, 2012. Okay, I changed my mind. Maybe there is something spooky about the game after all. Last night I had a dream, no nightmare, more like. I remember it well. I was trapped in darkness. All was quiet except someone was laughing and talking to me. I kept having visions of Sonic the Hedgehog smiling and appearing all around me as he talked to me.
Sonic?
He told me to play the game, over and over again, each time sounding more impatient. When he got to my face and yelled, "Play it." Thoughts when I woke up with a fright. Why would Sonic want me to play a game that possibly killed my sister? 3:30 p.m. Another murder. Number 24. And the cult of X seems to be pestering the public more and more. What's their deal? Don't they realize that there's a killer on the loose? Wait a minute. What if this X weirdo is the killer? It would make sense. Ever since these murders started, this cult has been hanging around recruiting more and more people. And this X character they're worshiping. Who is he? Why is it that this cult even started after several murders have taken place? I looked over Chelsea's notes again and she seemed to agree with me. Apparently X has something to do with the Sonic.exe game. Did he make the game? Has he somehow got hold of it and thought, hey, if I kill people with this game, people will like me? Blue streak speeds by, Sonic the Hedgehog. Too fast for the naked eye, Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic, he can really move. Sonic, he's got an attitude. Sonic, he is the fastest thing alive. Look out when he storms through, Sonic the Hedgehog. Don't doubt what he can do, Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic, he can really move. Sonic, he's got an attitude. Sonic, he is the fastest thing alive. He is the fastest thing alive. He is the fastest thing alive.
Alright, I decided to add that Sat-Town freaking intro, because fuck it. If what X is doing is real, then something is seriously wrong here. 6:30 p.m. Unbelievable. The chief of police came over to my apartment a while ago and told me that I'm off the case. He also said that Chelsea would have wanted me to quit with this after what happened. Bullshit. I think my mic just died. I don't know. I got really close to it and stuff. Whatever. I'm not going to let some fathead freaking us hurt. Okay. I'm not going to let some fathead stop me from solving this case. I'm gonna find out who X really is, why he's doing all of this, and I'm going to turn him in. 5 o'clock, February 8th, 2012. More murders. We're up to 28 now. The boss contacts me about it every now and then behind the chief's back. Wait, they're two different people? Oh. He told me whoever is causing all of these murders is one smart son of a bitch. I couldn't really blame him. As much as I hate to admit it, I have to give X credit for being able to kill 28 people so far. Even though I hate him and I want him to die in a fire. But he's not gonna get away with it. Anyways, imagine this freaking writing in like a Sonic character's voice, and please don't tell me it sounds like the Sonic character's dialogue. Like, for example, hold on, let me think. Let me see one. Whatever! I'm not gonna let some fathead stop me from solving in this case. I'm gonna find out who X really is, why he's doing all of this, and I'm gonna turn him in. Like, just the slang that's used in this writing really does sound like it could be in a Sonic game. Oh, that's JC's, like, dream come true. Anyways, I've looked over Chelsea's notes again, and it's what she wrote down before she got attacked was very odd. Speak English. Nonsensical stuff about a Sonic plushie always watching on her, spying on her, ... I never saw a Sonic doll appear in the apartment. Then again, I never questioned my sister's sanity. She was always the smart one in things. I thought you were the smart gamer, JC. And it just pains me to realize how broken she was just before she died, ... I didn't tell the boss about X or Chelsea's notes. I know he won't believe me. Nobody will. I guess if you have to solve a case, you have to do it yourself. 8:30 p.m. Someone sent me a friend request on Skype. He calls himself Cole. He said he can help me with this case, but only if I can trust him. I really don't have... You're still going on with that. Really, come on. I really don't have a choice. I'm willing to do anything to put an end to this. Anyways, Cole told me that I first have to get the files of all of the victims in the Sonic.exe murders. That's what the news is starting to call them now. That the police has confirmed the old game data in the computers as evidence. Later on tonight, I'm gonna pay the station a little visit. 11:45 p.m. Jesus, what a close call. I just made it back from the station. I managed to grab all the files, and I had a run-in with the chief. He asked me what I was doing back at the station. I lied and told him I had to pick up a few things from my office and decided to take some time off. Thankfully he believes me, ... no space. But it's strange. The way he talked to me sounded like he didn't believe me in the slightest. Anyways, I got the files just like Cole asked. I told Cole that all the victims had the same occurrences. All of them were in a dead-like state, and all of their, as if their souls were taken out, that they were all numbered. Uh, and that each computer the victims had were somehow destroyed and had Sanic.exe inside of their hard drives. Cole said there's a reason for why the victims had Sanic.exe in their computers, and boy, did I not like the answer. The cult of X is involved. Their members, after someone gets killed, steals this game disc the victim had at the time and hides it away for a while until it shows up later on at a random place to easily obtain it. These random locations could be anything: a game store, a pawn shop, the black market, eBay, Craigslist, random yet seemingly harmless deliveries. Anywhere that involves buying stuff. Uh, I'm already making connections to the first story, and this is going to be really, really stupid. It's going to be like, oh, Thanic is like God, or he's like, he's gonna make it like Ben's Round, and that really disappoints me, because everyone rips off Ben's Round when they make gaming stories. Like, oh jeez, it's just like they either mention Ben's Round or rip off Ben's Round. Maybe you should stop sucking Alex Hall's dick and actually thinking about ideas, you idiot. Alright. And thus the cycle begins anew. I don't even care. She becomes a new owner. Yeah, it spreads like a virus, blah, blah, blah. I asked Cole what the cult is even doing, why the cult is even doing this, and he told me that X, the bastard, is clearly some sort of holy figure to the cult, and they will do whatever it takes to be on his good side. I'm sorry, I'm really trying here not to sound like I'm dying on the inside, but I really am. I know this is going to be one of the longest stories I'm ever going to read. Jesus. Oh my god. I'm dying. I'm dying. Alright. What does they see in X anyhow? Why is it they like him so much and that they're willing to be accomplices to murder? Or better yet, no space. What kind of power does X have to strike so much terror into people that they'll do whatever he says? This story is so long that it makes Jane the killer look like the sex offender man. Like, that's how long this story is. Oh, Jesus. And if you don't know, Sex Offender Man is the shortest story I've read / wrote, because I wrote a story on Troll Pasta called The Sex Offender Man. It's really funny. Or better yet, no space. What kind of power does X have to strike so much terror into people that they'll do whatever he says? 3:30 p.m. March 1st, 2012. I can't hold myself any longer. I had to know what Chelsea found in the game, so I played it. It started off pretty basic with the classic Sonic the Hedgehog title screen, no space, until I started it. Sonic, no space. His eyes had gone completely black, and his eyes had gone black, and there were red glowing dots staring at me. Anyways, when I got to the character selection screen, yes, this game apparently has one, I was shown the character lineup Shadow, Sally, and Rouge. ... New space. Rouge was Chelsea's favorite character. I chose not to play as her out of respect for Chelsea and chose Shadow. That laugh ... It sounded just like the laugh Sonic made in the dream I had. That was the worst Kefka impression I've ever made / heard. Please don't murder me. ... The game started off with a level title called Let's Play. You know what? When I'm going to copy paste this into the text to speech, like all the useless stuff, and I know this gameplay isn't going to do anything for the story, so screw it.
The game started with a level title called Let's Play, and I was shown Shadow standing in what appears to be a hallway of mirrors, with a faint echoing sound of a piano playing a calm melody in the distance. I had Shadow walk down the hall, and every time he walked past the mirror I was introduced to a more twisted, messed up version of himself in the mirror. His reflection's red markings were oozing red as if he was bleeding, and his eyes were bloodshot to the point where they were red, bleeding and pulsating, and he had probably the most psychotic grin on his face. It's like I was looking at a walking fountain of blood. I had Shadow walk past the last mirror and the music stopped. Shadow was now walking down an empty, quiet hallway. I had this growing sense of dread in my stomach. And then Shadow stopped at one more mirror.
At least it isn't a feel of dread.
Showing his weird, bleeding reflection. And then that laugh came again and I saw that the real Shadow was slowly transforming into his reflection, bleeding and smiling. What the hell kind of game is this? And then Sonic appeared with those black and red eyes, red tears coming down his face. I smiled as he looked at Shadow. And then the screen went black, and then came a message on the screen. It's not the outside that's important, it's who you're on the inside that really intrigues me. When it came back to the level, Shadow was sitting on the floor cradling in a half-fetal position like a child, just grinning that freaky grin. Then Sonic smiled as he looked at me and then he lunged at Shadow, the screen going black with a loud pixelated screeching noise.
Oh my god, pixels aren't in style.
I still feel as if I could still hear it ringing in my ears. That laugh came again and another message. You're learning more about this better than anyone, aren't you, Derek? What the fuck? How the hell does this game know me? This doesn't make any sense. It brought me back to the main menu, and I saw that Shadow was now in one of the TV screens looking as he did earlier, looking rather mindlessly happy. I had to turn the game off. My head hurts so much from all this. Was Chelsea Found?
Oh my god.
Computer game? And now some guy is using this as an excuse to kill people, just to gain a cult? I just don't get it. Why is all of this happening? Who is X? Who is X? Who is X? Sonic.
Alright, JC. Pixels aren't in sound. I'm gonna tell you what errors were in those paragraphs. Was Chelsea Found? There's also, let me look for it, half fetal position. It's like a half fetus. That's stupid. Also, right. 4:30 p.m. March 2nd, 2012. I've come to a conclusion. It's obvious that X is no ordinary human being. In fact, I no longer think he is human. Cult filled me in about X. He is really called Sonic.exe, named after the game that's been causing all of this trouble. Cole Skyped me recently. Sonic.exe has been all around before the game did. Before it did what? This, I knew it. It's going to make it sound like Ben. It's gonna be like Ben Child. Oh, Jesus. I asked him what X was exactly, and his answer unnerved me. Sonic.exe is a monster. No, not the monster you see in horror films or video games. He is a real monster. Yeah, because real monsters are real. Like, I mean, Godzilla. I saw him walking around earlier. He's a pretty nice guy. Freaking hairy armpits holding his eyes in his hands and everything like that. Is real monsters the final scare. I'm not reading that. Alright? I'm not gonna read that story. It's really stupid. I've already read it. It's just Jesus, that story's so dumb. At least it isn't as long as this shit. And he's not just any monster, apparently. Cole told me that X is a supernatural being from another dimension. How fucking crazy is that? Is that? But it's true. It has to be. X has this power to control all of reality in his realm, and he is unable to do the same in our world because he can't enter it. Yeah, let's make a bridge like in Pacific Rim. So some time ago, someone made the game disc that your story will never be as good as Pacific Rim. So some time ago, someone made a game disc that would serve as a window between X's world and ours. Anyone who plays it gets a front row seat of what X's dimension looks like. And it is hell! Not literally hell, but pretty freaking close. So you just like, you said it is hell and then you said it's not hell. Learn to write! Over time, after someone plays X's game, X sends out a plushie of Sonic to act as a spy for him. Then, when the time is right, X is able to open the window for a short time and pull people into his world where they are trapped forever. This is how he's able to kill people so easily without anyone noticing. He comes out of the computer, pulls the souls out of the person's body, and then goes back into the computer to retreat into his dimension. There he can make the soul... I bet you're ripping off something. This sounds like a rip-off of something. I wouldn't go like Stranger Things, because I think this was made before the show, but it sounds a lot like the Upside Down stuff, and it's a good TV show. Watch it. There he can make the soul he captured his slave for eternity. But slave. I love freaking. I tell myself every day, don't steal jokes. I can't help it. It makes myself laugh. It makes myself laugh. After I was told about this long ago, I would not have believed it. But now I'm straight up convinced. Everything Cole does. You know what? I actually came up with an original joke. You know, when authors use italics in their stories, JC the Hyena does that, except it's not italics. It's in caps! Everything Cole has told me is the truth so far, and right now I'm writing down all that he's telling me, just in case any of this information becomes useful. 6:30 p.m. Jesus Christ, this is so repetitive, I'm going to die. I have like 2 minutes of gameplay left, so I'm just gonna wait, gonna separate the two videos, so yeah. Jesus Christ, this is much longer than I thought it would be. Yeah, I'm probably, I'm gonna separate this to two videos. I don't want to suffer anymore today. I'm going to, wait till tomorrow. Bye.